Alright guys, time to talk about ACH or Alchemy Pay on the channel once again. Now we did a video a couple of days ago on Alchemy Pay, and you can see this is the weekly candle over here. Now I wanted to start with showing you the volume. Now this isn't the full history on, this is Binance actually that I'm using for this chart. They don't have the full history. It looks like it only goes back to about the beginning of 2022, which is enough actually. Doesn't really matter if we have 2021, 2019, 2020, whatever guys. You can see that the majority of this volume is down here around, you know, the 2 cent mark. And yeah, I mean, you can see that the volume is just really falling off here. And basically, we're at a point where the volume is just almost nothing. So I think this is going to get a little bit faster going up here now that we've broken above about 4.5 cents. And yeah, if I put this on a daily time frame, a little bit better now. And the next resistance is really about 5.1 cents. And then we got to break into that next Fibonacci level at about 5.25 cents. So you're going to kind of have a little bit of a zone of resistance right here, you can say. And let's see what happens there, guys. Now, let's take a look at the RSI indicators. I just want to see how much strength this has left in it. Now, it's been pumping a few days, really. So yeah, I don't know if it has much more strength. So on a daily time frame, getting a little bit bought here on the RSI and Stochastic RSI. Let me just go back to the weekly time frame. Still looking fairly good on both the RSI and Stochastic, so that's okay. Now let me go back to the 4-hour time frame here, and let's see how this looks. Oh, a little bit slow. There we go. Okay, it's pointed to the downside, so that is not good here on the Stochastic. Slightly pointed down on the RSI here, and on the 1 hour, let's take a look here. This is a very short time frame though. It's not so reliable as a 4-hour and the higher time frames. Actually, not looking too bad. About to come up on the Stochastic. It is pointed down the RSI. Now 15-minute time frame is super low time frame, but basically pointed down with the Stochastic RSI and slightly pointed to the downside with the RSI. So I want to take a look at this. I'm just curious what it looks like on a monthly time frame. And let's see here. Actually, it looks pretty good. It is pointed to the upside on the RSI and the Stochastic RSI. So longer term time frame, you can see this monthly candle is just huge basically. You know, it's taking out all previous months. We're going to close this candle today. So that's a good thing, guys. This will be a very high candle close. This will be the highest we've had since March of 2022. So yeah, I do believe once you clear this, you know, 5.1 to 5.25 cent range, sitting right here, it's just going to rocket ship, you know. Now, I do want to point out also that this is making higher lows along the way. Let me just draw some lines here so you can see this. So here is the first low basically back basically around the beginning of 2023. That was the true low. Then you have the next higher low here. And then we have kind of a, well, this is, you know, a little bit higher low here. But then this kind of takes that out. So this would be the next, I would say, higher low. And this, you know, this is on the weekly time frame. So right now, this appears to be the next low. So yeah, with the exception of this, you know, higher low right here, which was taken out by this, pretty much this is just making higher lows along the way. So it actually doesn't look too bad. It looks better than most other cryptos, honestly. And yeah, I mean, this is breaking, you know, into new territory, guys. I think Alchemy Pay is going to be a very strong coin this cycle. Now, if we look at the tokenomics, guys, there's 9999999, you know, tokens here or whatever. I don't know why they did one short of, you know, 10 billion. But yeah, almost, you know, what, 5 billion of this is circulating almost. Now, if we take a look at the all-time high, it's 20 cents. You still have about a 77% discount on this token. So if you want to get more, guys, 4 cents, it's probably not a bad price still. I'm still contemplating whether I'll get some more. I'm not sure, but it is looking like this really wants to run probably back to a minimum of about 20 cents. Now, if we take a look at the Fibonacci too, let me just get rid of that line, and let's get this. Let me pull this chart up. And yeah, I mean, basically, the Fibonacci says that this can probably reach a height of about 25 cents. So that would break the all-time high, but just barely, actually. On this chart, the all-time high is around just under 10 cents. But yeah, I'm not sure exactly when that was. Let's look here. 3 years ago. Okay, yeah, 2021. So that's why this chart doesn't show it, guys, because this chart only goes back to the beginning of 2022, like January 10th or so. So yeah. Anyways, I think Alchemy Pay looks good. Just making higher lows along the way. And right now it is breaking into territory that we haven't seen for a very long time. And still, I think on maybe the shorter time frames, because we looked at the RSIs, this might come down a little bit. It's probably a little bit overbought at the moment. But yeah, in long term, it's going to do good. Now, yeah, we've already looked at this. Let's take a look at Bitcoin now. Bitcoin is falling under the 104,525 mark. We actually didn't get so great U.S. core PCE price index, numbers today. It is minus, 0.05. So you can see this is in red. So it is negative. And yeah, I mean, nothing great. I mean, it could have been better. If we would have got, lower, that would have been better for us. Of course, that would have been more positive. But it came in line, so there was no surprise. So anyways, it could have been worse, guys. Could have been worse, really. So that's probably why we're seeing a little bit of a dip right now. But we're still at 104,300. That's not bad, guys. Now, Ethereum, on the other hand, is actually trying to pump. And it is actually getting above the trend line here at the moment. Let's see, this trend line is about, what, at 33.40, so it's about $10 above that. Let's see if it can hold, guys. Still has a long, day to go. I mean, it's still, what, 9 more hours or something for this candle to close. Anything can happen. It can get a rejection. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised it did pump through the 33.13 and this trend line today all in one. So we just have to wait to see what happens. Now, the market cap, let's close this. Still consolidating, but it is trying to make a move up, and we'll see what happens by the end of the day. We're only 0.1, of a trillion down from the 3.62 mark where we need to get above and start sealing, some daily and weekly candles above to see some continuation, I think. But still, it's not looking bad, I think. Now, excluding Bitcoin, basically it's breaking through this trend line that I put last night there, you can see. So that's a good thing to see, guys. I do believe the next mark will be 1.55 trillion. That's the mark we have to, get above, basically, and start closing some candles there. Now, dominance, very important. We are breaking down. We're breaking down through the 59% level. And we're also breaking through that trend line. So now we did have a little bit of a deviation, as you see here, in the middle of January. But we are breaking down right now, and we stand at 58.89 at the moment. Still 9 hours on the candle to go, of course. So let's see what happens here, guys. We are under the neckline for now. But is this just a retest of the neckline? It could be. Now we have to wait and see where this closes. If it closes above this neckline, that would probably signal that this is about to make that move all the way up to, what is it, 63.3. That would be really bad for my altcoin bags, guys. I would lose tens of thousands of dollars, basically. So let's hope this is the final, stand for the dominance. Now, liquidations, past 24 hours, 182 million, that's not too bad. ETH is actually the one that has been most liquidated, and then Bitcoin. Others, I think, is outside the top 50 or 100 coins, something like this. So, yeah, let's move on to the altcoin season index. Let me refresh this. It was a 47 yesterday. It's been 47 for a while. Okay, it is a 57 right now. So, yeah, we did, move up quite a bit. That is nice to see. My alt bags are actually pumping a little bit lately. Nothing major, but yeah. So, 57. That's good to see. Now let's take a look at the fear and greed here. Looks like it's a 76 today. Yesterday was a 70. Yeah, I just refreshed that. So I'm not sure why it refreshed the index over here, but it didn't refresh this over here. It's kind of weird. Because yeah, I refreshed this. I didn't refresh the page, but I did open the page back up, and it kind of refreshed itself, but it didn't refresh any of these, I guess. Anyways, doesn't really matter. You're not really worried about that. So 76 is extreme greed. Yesterday was greed at 70, not extreme. So we are getting kind of high here right now. And let's see. Let's take a look at the bull market peak indicators. Let me refresh this and see if anything has happened. So, yeah, okay, that just refreshed from a few minutes ago when I opened up the page again. So, yeah. I don't know why this would refresh and, the fear and greed doesn't completely. Anyways, Pi cycle top indicator is probably the best one. We can take a look at that, but you can see still not crossed. If I zoom in, it is moving to the upside, but if it's, if this one keeps going up the way it is and this one is just slightly pointed to the upside, it's going to take a while, guys. Really, probably still like 6 months or so, 5 months. Now, today, we still have Chicago PMI. That actually comes out in 1 minute. So we may see some reaction here in a few seconds. But that would be the last thing for today. But next week, guys, you do have ISM numbers on Monday. You do have Bostic speaking as well. You also have S&P Global Manufacturing here. Now, Tuesday, JOLTS job openings. We also have Bostic speaking again and daily. Factory orders might be something too, but job openings is definitely more important. We do have ADP non-farm employment change on Wednesday. We got some PMI numbers. We got ISM numbers. Now Thursday, jobless claims. You got non-farm productivity. And Waller is speaking, Daly speaking. And then on Friday, we got non-farm payrolls. That's most important, guys. And then we got Michigan numbers. Also, average hourly earnings and things like this can also be a little bit important, but non-farm payrolls is definitely most important next week. Now, taking a look at crypto bubbles, most of everything right now is in the green. There are some reds, of course. We got some big numbers like Jasmy, Pepe, Lido. You got AR, Dex, and a few others, guys. But across the board, pretty much looking much better than we have in the past week or so. Now, if you want to stake your coins, for example, Bitcoin, go to Coinondo, type in BTC, and here you'll have a list that shows you how many days you have to stake, the limits that you have. Be careful, you don't want to get stuck in a position that you can't get out of, guys. So, yeah, if you like this video, guys, like, subscribe, activate the bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.